kind of gonna hold our annual, semi-monthly type. Totally the wrong definition of annual. Open forum discussion. Like we normally do this on the second weekend, but due to the whole holidays and stuff like that, everything kind of got messed up. So we're kind of shifting back on schedule, attempting to at the very least. If you have something that or something you want to bring to the table, you can put something in Guild chat, like a dot forward slash raise or something like that, and you'll be recognized. And we can kind of pop you out. Um, on the side on the side of guild affairs, as far as things that we actually have to personally announce, as far as the officership goes, I think Green has some information about which battleground or which campaign setting we'll be moving into in the near future. Um, Kiara is temporarily taking a break from the Merchants Guild due to the lack of, I'm going to say, everything in regards to it, as far as not a lot of sales going in, and due to the inflation of holding a guild spot, a guild stall, it's just getting cost ineffective for us to maintain it. And I'd rather spend that money on future things for the guild, like guild housing and other things, as opposed to throwing out millions of gold in order to have a stall that isn't being used. Um, I did want to personally thank Ringo during the meeting for his extensive amount of efforts as far as helping with posting up guild blurbs, and I encourage you all to follow his good example in helping to spread the word. Anything you guys can do to help with recruitment is always appreciated. The more the merrier, especially with the Imperial City content. Um, Now, those of you who do not have the DLC, we are definitely doing our very best to make sure that we are not losing sight of you. And we have PvP events that don't necessarily involve Imperial City. I believe those are on the schedule in order to accommodate people who do not have it. Although I would encourage you to get it because it's really fun. Let's see. Other than that, I want to really thank everyone for the amount of participation I've been seeing. PvP has been amazing. I've seen tons of people out every night for PvP. Hey, Kadira. Even with the even with the amount of people who don't have the DLC, the amount of participation as far as PvP has been going has been great. I definitely want to see someone kind of step up to help spearhead PvE more. I know that C Styles wanted to do that, but unfortunately his schedule doesn't permit him to do it as effectively as he would like for the time being. I don't know if that's going to change in the future, but I'm hopeful that things will settle down on his front, so he'll be able to do that. I think that pretty much covers all the information I had. Green, did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, one sec. Yeah, actually, the campaign we're going to be shifting to, and we are coming to the end of the campaign here very, very soon, is we're going to shift over to Chillran, and hopefully that'll work out all right. Thorn kind of went south in a hurry. It really depends on what the major guilds do. If they migrate, there's pretty much very little we can do about that. And that's what happened the last time they abandoned Thorn and moved. So we're going to try and move to Chillrand. Azure Star has looked pretty good, according to the people that have been able to get in there. I've been able to get in, so you might consider guessing that, but I wouldn't do that right away. Hang on that, and then we'll get some feedback from a few people that are still out and around to see how things shake down. Like I said, home campaign, we'll go ahead and try and move to Chillrend. A lot of people are starting to finish out their IC sets, and as they do, I'm probably going to see a little bit less time down in the new content, a little more overworld. I anticipate shortly going to one night a week being down in the sewers and one night being up top doing stuff above again. I will ask, we do have some new people. There's some folks that really are still trying to find their feet. Take the time to hit the web and learn about your class in PvP. At the very minimal, there are quite a few resources out there that tell you which skills are more effective and which are less effective. Also, take the time to ask. Put it out in forum, or not in forum, in vent and ask for is there a DK on here who can talk to me about PvP? What about the new changes? And don't think that just because of the fact I'm out there leading that I know all the classes, because I don't. I don't even come close. I'm having a hard time even finding my footing in the class I'm in still for the changes that are in place. So, in short, take a little bit of time, put a small amount of effort in, and figure some basics out for your class. At the bare minimum, I'm going to ask everybody to please, please, please invest in your skill lines. Get one AoE ultimate in place. And there aren't very many, but get one. And please always have at least one, if not multiple, AoE effective spells that you can use or skills. Because when it gets time and it gets really thick with two raids kind of bumping into one another, the only thing you can really do that's going to be effective is AoE. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. It would make things a lot easier. Um, if you hear me become grumpy, it's simply the fact that I become frustrated with myself more than I do everybody else. I expect that we win every time. I always expect to win every time, and when we don't, it just it comes out in my mood occasionally. So I appreciate everybody coming out. I have a great time, and having you guys out there makes it a lot more fun. So the more people we can get out, the better. And if you pop on out, that'd be awesome. If you have questions about PvP, feel free to ask me anytime. Just open a private window or ask me to drop a channel, and I will be more than happy to help you figure out what's going on. So, on that note, I'm going to bounce the ball back to Splint.
Cool. All right. Well, we talked about the guild merchant and the status of that. Kiriara, did you have anything else you wanted to add to the fray?
No. I have one interesting piece of news just to update on the PvP that's going around the rumor mill. A little bit of info that we may be having that whole closed gated access coming in sometime soon. That will be kind of a game changer because not that'll affect the populations down below and the populations up top. So that could be coming in the near future. I anticipate it would cause like a cooldown effect on the effectiveness of TV stone gathering and stuff. So perhaps something to bear in mind is not to necessarily put that off because you may find that it's going to get more tricky in the future to get down into the sewers than it is at present. And that's all. That's the mill.
Cool. All right, guys. If any of you have something that you would like to add, please put something in guild chat, and we'll recognize you, and you're free to speak.
Grald has joined the channel.
I was told there'd be food.
There is food. It's in the guild, in the crafting bank. Take it as you need it. Please get rid of it.
Nom 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 nom.
Anybody have anything else to add? Anyone?
Well, I have things to add, but they're not necessarily useful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will remind people that we're definitely taking a more proactive approach in keeping the guild roster clean. I know that Kiriara and myself have been working really hard as far as removing people from the guild itself who haven't been active in quite some time. So keep that up. Keep that in mind. Also, newbies who have not met their participation requirements within time are being removed on a weekly basis. I know last week I removed about a dozen. So anticipate more of those. And if you are a newbie and haven't hit your participation goals and your membership time, your trial period is coming up to a close, that may be something you want to pursue if you want to stick around. If not, well, the door is that way. Okay. Anybody else? Or else we can make this really short and sweet and you guys can go about your business. Nobody? Nobody? Bueller? Crickets? Very good. Well,
Noticing the meetings are getting a little quiet and short lately.
indeed. Well, there's really, I mean, there's really not that much going on other than the normally scheduled events. We have a really good, very active calendar, so it keeps everybody moving. The calendar really hasn't shifted as far as the events themselves, and not many new things other than the new IC content has been really introduced. So we don't really have any other additions to that. But seeing how I'm not seeing any other responses or questions or raises or anything like that, unless there's anyone else in the last 15 seconds, we can say adieu. And people who are wanting to can group up. I know I'm going to try and pick up a little bit of farming in ICC.
Channel. Sticky Balls has joined the channel.
I'm gonna finish out these quests and head to. I see.
Cool. All right. Well, on that note,
What,
I'm in Chilrand right now.
or children, excuse me. All right.
And if you guys want to come out, the more the merrier. I need to do a lot of farming. I got a lot of stuff to try and get. All right. Well, on that note, you guys have a great afternoon, and hopefully we'll see you all for more PVE and PvP events.
Crafting guild.
We can take care of that. I'll take care of it. It's available to worker reason up. You have to make it out of the newbie.
Yep. And anybody that hasn't realized this, if you are leveling your tunes, the IC content, if you've got it, as long as you're willing to put up with dying a little bit, the experience is pretty fast. And if you wonder, ask Thora.
Yeah, a couple times. Both times I took my. Went from vet 14 to 19. I only been out there twice, and both times I got to that point, and I was probably out there for a few hours each time. So it's pretty fast. So if you have an ESO Plus membership and you want to also the Pleasure Mara helps,
FLYB0Y99 has left
and then
the channel.
the scroller potions also help, and you can level up pretty fast out there.
On that note, I'm going to
A lot of
say
people don't consider that Pledge of Mara thing, but 10% or is it 10% or 20%,
yeah.
whatever it is, makes a difference.
I have the Pledge of Mara, but I don't have anyone to pledge with.
Well, then I put it in chat and put it on the forum. Say you're looking for somebody to do a pledge with, and so if you play in the PvP a lot with us, it just makes sense. I mean, you're missing out on lots of XP. So
Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to call this meeting to a close before we get too more diverted into other side conversations. So, you guys have a great afternoon, and Hail Swarm!
Hail Swarm.
Hail.
Hail Swarm.
Hail Swarm.
Meow meow.
Hail to thee.
Green Jeans has